And in 3, 2, 1. Hello, British Vogue. I'm Robbie Williams, and this is my life in looks. I feel as though I must tell you at this stage, I hate revisiting the past, and I hate looking at myself. Come watch me squirm. Bum, bum, ba-dum. Aww. Very thick head of hair, award-winning hair, not a bad look. In my pocket, I have a dummy. It was from rave culture. It was a nod and a wink. I just left school, but 2 years before this, with no qualifications whatsoever. Zero future. From Stoke-on-Trent, and I had this feeling that I could entertain. I came alive when a camera was on. I'm not ashamed to say that I loved it. Here we go, here we go. This is a still taken from the worst video ever to be made. And because it's the worst video ever to be made, it's possibly the best video ever to be made. It was to a track called Do What You Like. I am roughly 17 here, maybe 16. We were given a budget to style ourselves. 2 things about that video was I was immensely proud that we'd done a pop promotional video. I also thought nobody should ever see it. We were of an era and an age where controversy was a good thing. And also, I, for one, I'm one of those people that says, you know, if there's a button and it says don't touch, I'm going to press that button. So with controversy or raunchy or too much, you can never have too much. Too much, please. I'm going to turn the page now, guys. Come with me. Ooh, the Smash Hits Winners Poll Awards. Here we are, cleaning up. This was the pinnacle of existence for the band that we were in and the person that I wanted to be in that moment. Smash Hits as a magazine was incredibly important to teenagers everywhere, none more so than me. And here we are, winning award after award after award, and having an audience be in hysterics at the mere fact that we were before them. It doesn't get better than that. I was wearing overalls with nothing on underneath and a snug hat that said Philly Blunts on it. Dummy, raver, Philly Blunt hat, eh? I was telling everybody I'm about to go to rehab. Dungarees were part of my look back in the day. Cost effective, slightly unusual because not many people were wearing them. I'd be naked underneath with my top, but it could cover up my belly. So it gave the illusion that I was a buff ting. This is the video for Relight My Fire. I wasn't very confident as a singer when I was in Take That. I found the vocal booth intimidating, and I also thought I couldn't sing. I was given the opportunity to sing the lead vocal on this song, and I'll be honest, I didn't do a very good job. So Gary took over and did the lead vocal on this tune and did an excellent job, absolutely smashed it. This is the video for that song. Mark Owen wore a t-shirt in this video that said Junkies Baddie Powder. I had a big hat on for whatever reason. I would say that there have not been that many days where I've thought I'm in very good shape. There are moments where that has existed. I know on the Relight My Fire video that this was probably peak me, and then all downhill from there. Let's go. This is an interesting look. We look like a 1993 tablecloth from a Radisson in Bavaria. The one abiding memory of me being in this look, we used to go on tour and there wasn't adequate days put in between shows. It could be like 5 shows in a row or 6 shows in a row, which even if you just stood there playing guitar, is a lot. But what we were actually doing was an hour 30 or an hour 45, an hour 50 of cardio workout every single night. And I remember with this particular outfit, we used to come up with helmets on and goggles, and we used to come up through the middle of the stage and there we'd be. One night, I was that tired that I got down, crouched down, ready to pop up and fell asleep. and then woke up. Oh, Wembley! Whoa, I'm about like 5 steps behind all the other lads, but like that's how tired we were. That's how knackered we were. You just don't know what it feels like to have 10,000 girls scream at you for an hour and a half, an hour and 45. If we needed any energy to do the job that was being asked of us, they gave us that energy. It's overwhelming and overpowering and intoxicating and incredible and scary. Oh, Glastonbury, 1995. I have just been at the Nordhoff Robbins Award with Take That, where I announced to them that I was going to Glastonbury. You can't imagine the sort of, you are what? Oh my God. Ructions, confusions, fear. Can you imagine that was even a thing back in 1995? The story behind the missing tooth is I actually blacked out a tooth. It was black paint. I felt like I shouldn't be there. I felt like I didn't belong. I felt alien. At the same time as experiencing all of those things was experiencing incredible hedonism in the most rock and roll manner, which is the antithesis of what I was supposed to be in public or in private. I'd been living that way in private for a long time. There's no social media, so nobody knew or could find out, really. I was also with the most rock and roll band on the planet at the time. I do have to say, the reality of what that day was me in the back of a catering van, feeling incredibly paranoid, experiencing very heavy psychosis. The pictures and what you think it was actually betray the reality. I just dyed my hair blonde. And I think that at that given time, whenever I had a new haircut, something extreme was just on the horizon. Woo! The Brits. Very, very important moment in my career. The release of Angels kicked into gear and made my career possible. Around about the same time, there was 2 performances on TV that I think captured the imagination of the general public. And one was my performance with Tom Jones. I'm a massive fan of Tom. He is me with my high-pitched voice from Stoke-on-Trent that sounds like he's been on helium. Basically what I did was my impression of Tom Jones. You can just see him looking at me as if to say, I don't know what this is, but crack on, you know. Let Me Entertain You video. We are, of course, aping Kiss. I was actually worried that they were going to sue me because they did a lot of that when it come to anybody doing anything like this. The makeup done by the wonderful Gina Kane, who's been my makeup artist for 27 years. I was very loose that day, and if I do say so myself, performed very well for a video shoot. So here is me on top of the pops, seeing how far I could push things. This was me wearing a see-through dress for some reason. Top of the Pops became my second home. I was there actually in the 90s more than I was in Stoke-on-Trent. At some point, you just go, can I wear your dress? Rock DJ, the latex outfit that took 7 hours to get in, 2 hours to get out of. I thought the opportunity was too good to not go running down the road in this outfit by myself just to freak people out in cars. I'd wait behind a hedge and then a car would come and I'd run across the road and then jump behind the hedge just to make people think, what the fuck was that? And then I went to a local hotel and ran through the bar dressed like that. I went in one end and they came out the other end just for the hell of it. The video for Rock DJ was incredibly expensive and then it got completely banned. The tiger pants made an appearance in this video. To this day, when I do my live shows, I put them on for shits and giggles and also, you know, a nod and the wink to the past and energy that may give me some testosterone to fulfill the performance that I'm about to do as a middle-aged man. They raised £4,200 for my charity. They should have raised more. Me and Kylie Minogue on the set of the kids video. The longest crush on Kylie. I was honored, and I still am, to be on a record with her. Dreamy, still crushed, still crushing. There is a Sandy and Danny inspiration for the video, of course. Grease is the most important film of my life. It was the first film on the planet where I went, I want to do that, I want to be that. My life is just one long series of surreal, weird, wonderful things happening to me that just completely blow my mind. And one of those was filming with Kylie Minogue and her completely disrobing in front of me, and nobody told me it was happening. Oh, Vogue, the front cover, me and Giselle, the first male to ever be on the front cover of Vogue magazine in its history. A fact and an honor not lost on me. Big day for me. Oh, Nicole Kidman on the set of our video, Somethin Stupid. Very kind, very gentle, very talented, lovely person. The style inspiration behind the video is 1950s Americana, drinking crooners, my favorite kinds. People ask me, are you gonna do the acting? I haven't really wanted to do the acting because moments like this are really, really boring. Knebworth. Arguably one of the biggest moments in my career. What was I going to wear? I'd seen the Hives and they wore black suits with white ties. For some unknown reason, that translated with me to wearing a tie with no shirt. It's not the best look, really. But there you go. I think it's vitally important that when you're on stage, you feel comfortable in whatever you're wearing. Because weirdly, having 125,000 people staring at you can feel uncomfortable. I have a responsibility to give these people a good time, no matter how I feel. At this particular time, I was sober, but I was really depressed. The guy that lived his day-to-day basis, quite sedentary and isolated, couldn't get on stage because that would be boring. There's always a dichotomy with my career. What I have to do in public opposed to who I actually am in my real life. At the moment, the two are getting closer and closer together. Here I am, dressed like an angelic soldier from the Middle Ages. I think it's quite a look. I have seldom been involved in the concept for my videos. Not to say that I don't have any good ideas, because I do. And maybe I should get involved more. But don't worry, got other things on. Won't play FIFA. Oh, this is my wife and I in Cannes. Oh, she looks lovely. And I look very dapper. The reality of everything is always disappointing. It's just a bun fight. The best part of being in Cannes and being a famous person, I suppose, is your glam squad and getting ready. Everything else is just a torrent of Mr. Robbie Williams, Robbie. That's the energy of it. My oldest kid, she started to have an opinion about what I should wear. She'll say, them shoes don't go with that, Daddy. They haven't seen any of what I used to wear, but what I used to wear is the least of the explaining that I will have to do. Me and Gary Barlow, X Factor. Do you know what? We would have been an amazing double act. It's just come to me. Me and Gaz as a duo, as a band, could have absolutely conquered the world, smashed it out of the park. The film that's coming out about me, the biopic, Better Man, the worry about it is I speak and think in the way that I once spoke and felt when I was 16, 17, 18, 19-year-old. It can be unkind about everybody around me. Because that's how I felt at the time. But if this film, Better Man, was about Robbie Williams circa 2012 to 2022, it'd be a love letter to Gary Barlow. Simple as that. This is at home during lockdown, and I'm wearing a Puppies Make Me Happy t-shirt that I got in a mall, and a Cowboys hat, and my cowboy boots. The tiger pants do make an appearance. They're a bit worn out and they needs a bit updating because the elastic's given a little bit and there's not much protection, say if I wore a kilt. This wouldn't be a good look. I'm Robbie Williams. That was my life in looks. And you know what? Contrary to what my mind was telling me before we started, really enjoyed that.